Hey guys, brand new channel. I wanted to jump in here and kind of discuss a little bit about what this channel is going to be like. It's going to be a few things. For starters, we're going to talk charts. So you'll see I have crypto up here. I'm going to go through crypto a little bit here. I kind of want to do this on an everyday, every other day, weekly basis, depending on different time frames that I'm looking at. That'll definitely be a piece of this. I'm going to be talking about a few other things. I want this to be in line with just growth in general and things that we can do as people to do better and be better and discuss things all in that space. Crypto and stocks and investing and trading is something that I have become increasingly passionate about. So I figure why not start off with that? First things first, I'm going to dive into a few charts, and I'm by no means a master of any of this. So this is also going to be a way of me teaching myself as I kind of go along here. So this isn't really financial advice. It's me speaking to myself, describing what I see. So take with it what you will. To get started here, you'll notice I have a few indicators up here. This is all primarily from the Alpha Trend Plus suite by Zero Hedge, which you can check out at tradingalpha.io if you are interested. And this indicator is actually pretty sweet. I wish I was more patient. It's definitely something that I'm working on. These last few weeks in crypto and in the stock markets in general have been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we're like 15% off all-time highs, despite the fact that the economy is like in an absolute garbage situation. So it's kind of fascinating to see the markets react to a lot of the stuff that is currently going on. So I'm going to describe to you kind of what I'm seeing here, and I'm going to work back using Gala here. Maybe I'll check some other coins. And I want to show you the different time frames and what this indicator is going to show us as we go through these different time frames. And I'm going to describe to you what's on the board as well. So coming in here, I have this set to the 1 hour time frame. So this is obviously a lower time frame where you're looking more of like scalping potential. And what we're looking at here, starting back into yesterday, is that Gala entered a squeeze on the 1 hour. Now, this indicator gives you squeezes. Most indicators don't. Squeezes usually mean that a coin is going to burst into either the downward or the upward directions. So an hour is not something you really want to trust with it, though. Usually you want to look at a squeeze on a higher time frame, 4, 6, daily, weekly, to get more of an understanding as to like what the movement will actually be. And I'm going to tell you like a little bit what you're looking for here. So as you'll notice, it entered the hourly squeeze back here on Saturday at 1 a.m. It was trending upwards in that scenario, but you'll notice there's no green dots. So it doesn't have a legitimate direction outside of the fact that it is above this track line that you can see on the screen that I'm highlighting. When it's above the track line and you're seeing green dots, the coin is bullish. All right? That's through and through. I've been in this indicator now for about a year, and it's practically never wrong when it comes to these green dots in the track line, which is really awesome. So you'll notice it starts to pick up and it starts to get green dots and the bar turns green. As it comes up here and it hits 10 a.m. yesterday on the 4th, you'll notice we hit a local top. When you see something like this pop up on this indicator, you want to keep an eye out on the coin's movement. All right. The next bar, or should I say the next wick, is going to be very indicative of as to whether or not this top is going to be validated. So they call it waiting for confirmation. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And you'll notice this bar finishes below this top, which validates the top across another hour, which means this coin's going to go lower. You'll notice the coin does. That each of the wicks right here are pretty much steady, and then it starts to go down a little bit. However, once it reaches this point, you'll notice the squeeze shading starts to lighten. You'll notice it goes up. You'll notice there's a green arrow under here along with a green dot, and Gala proceeded to pump straight up for a little bit. All right, these are obviously very small volumes, but it is a straight pump. However, in the next hour, it fed into a reversal. Reversals are similar to a top. Reversal is indicative of potential switch in trend. All right, so you're going to look again for the next section. So you'll notice this peaked out at about 5763. The next bar confirmed. It dropped below the track line, and it kept going down where it bottomed all the way down at about 054. The red dots continued. So if you're looking for a long position in this scenario, you're not going to want to do anything. Optimally, if you hit the reversal or at least the confirmation bar, you could have hit a scalp short. And then it starts to trend upwards again leading into Sunday. So you'll notice here it's picking back up, going back up towards the track line, and then the green dot hits at the track line, and it continues to go upwards again. We got green dots, green dots. Another reversal. This red line up here, just for those that don't know, this is a resistance line, and this green line down here is a support line. Support line goes back pretty far. I'm not going to really zoom out to check that out right now, but that's what these are. This also comes with the indicator. You'll notice reversal hits. It is confirmed. So if you time this right here at about 5849, which peaked out as the new resistance, hit the reversal, got the confirmation, you entered a short here again, you would have hit a nice little scalp downwards. You'll notice this wicked all the way down. This is when the market just dropped a bit yesterday morning, crushed some of my longs that I was sitting in. Things were just too good to be true the last few days. The market's bound to turn back, right? So you'll notice red dots kick in. We drop below the track. The reversal kicks in. You're hoping to see this turn up and that this bar is going to indicate that it is trending upwards. It does not. If you zoom in, you'll notice this wick is below this, which confirms that it's going to continue to go down, and the reversal is invalidated. You'll see the red dot, red dot, red dot, red dot. We're still going down. We got a reversal again. Invalidated because this wick is below that one, and this wick is below that one. So all in all, if I had been paying attention at 4 a.m., which obviously I wasn't, I was sleeping, I would have seen a potential scalp short opportunity, and it would have been a nice little ride to make some returns. So let's switch the time frame and get a different view. Let's go to the 4 hour. I like to trade the 4 hour. You can see that this is telling a lot of what we just went through with the 1 hour and just a more tight view. All right, so we were in the squeeze. So the 4 hour hit a squeeze too, right? So when you're in a squeeze, you really, really want to keep an eye out for when this coin is going to come out. All right, so generally when it's a squeeze, you're going to see a lot of consolidation. And here's what we get. We enter the squeeze at about the same time as you can see last night. We're trending, we're trending. We hit a burst, which if you looked at the 1 hour, we had the same thing where it shot up and then immediately into a reversal with the downward arrow, which brought us out of the squeeze, which is when we lost all of that momentum. And we still have red dots, but now we are below the track line. And when you see consecutive red dots below the track line, there's a good chance we're going to keep going lower. All right, now anything in crypto in any market, you can't really predict 100%. But what's nice about this indicator is it does give us some pretty good insight as to where this is going to go. All right, but the thing is, it can always change. So you have to be careful with your money, especially if you trade with leverage or whatever you're doing. However, this is definitely for lack of a better phrase, a little bit of a cheat code for staying on top of your stuff. So it came out, we got 2 red dots. I would not be entering any longs right now. This reversal was confirmed this morning at 11 a.m. We're still going downward. I know futures came out and looking not so great, so it's looking like some of the market's going to retract this week. We'll see what happens. I mean, we had a bunch of tech companies last week come out and post bad earnings, and for some reason they still pumped. Let's look at the 6 hours, because this was on a squeeze too. You'll notice if we go back to the 1st of February, we shot up, consolidate, 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 in a squeeze, in a squeeze. The squeeze is lightning. We have a red dot, right? Similar to the 4 hour. Coming down, we are now at the track line with another red dot. This is definitely indicative that this squeeze right now is showing that it's going to shoot to the downward direction. All right, now let's look at the daily, and then we'll take a look at the weekly. So if we look at the daily, there's no squeeze. We are well above the track line in the long term. You'll notice going back to January 6th, which is when the market started turning up. If you got in Gala right here, you have 3 extra money. You can see it's riding up. We're above the track line, and we have been treading this resistance line at 0.5564. So on the daily, so going high time frame, Gala looks good. But everything has a trend. This is why it's important that you look at most multiple time frames to get a really good picture as to what a coin is doing. Because this is telling us it could just stay sitting here trending along resistance, but the lower time frames are directing us that we are probably going to go down. And let's look at the week. So you'll notice the weekly, and this is a lot of charts right now, honestly. You look at a lot of coins. When we started going into this bear market in crypto back in April, May of last year, you'll notice it shot below the track line back in May of 2022. Down, down, down. You'll notice red dots keep you in this short at 12 cents. If you hit this right here, you could have rode this all the way down if you just stayed in the high time frame, riding the weekly, right? So you'll notice at that point, we start to wick upwards. And this was back in the beginning of January. We get the green dot on the weekly, which is always a good indicator that we are about to move up, especially on weekly. High time frames are just safer bets in general. You'll notice we get another green dot above the track line, but a potential reversal, which got invalidated right here. And then we've hit another reversal this past week, which is closing in about 2 or so hours. So pretty much next week, we're going to wait to see, which the lower time frames right now are indicating, whether or not this is going to validate and whether or not it'll come back down. All right. So trading alpha, the alpha trend suite is pretty sweet. I'm not going to jump into too much more here in what we're looking at. I think it's crazy enough. It's pretty self-explanatory. The issue that you deal with indicators is you're waiting for them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can stop you from entering a move too soon or trying to get into a move too late. And I can tell you, if I studied this, which I've been studying it a lot more these past few weeks, I wouldn't have got burned yesterday. I got burned. I lost like $1,000. So like coming in here, I could have seen, if I was really paying attention to the hourly, to the 4 hour, and I picked up on this, I missed this. So yesterday at 7, if I had seen this, I would have gotten out of my Gala long because I'd ridden it up here. I was like, sweet, we're moving back up. But it completely got destroyed by this reversal right here, and I ended up losing some money. So this is Trading Alpha. I'm going to review this kind of stuff. We're going to look at multiple charts on a week-to-week basis. For the first video, I wanted to keep it nice and short. So let me know what you guys think. If you watch this, I'm definitely curious to see if this is helpful to you guys. I know it's helpful to me because it's making me study these charts a little bit more, which is why I want to do this pretty consistently, because it gives me a reason to stay in front of it. And hopefully I can provide some value to those of you that are watching this at the time. So thanks for checking in. I will see you guys in the next video.